Hi folks, Dr. Robert Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. Now, I've done a lot of videos on nutrients and how they affect mental health, particularly mood disorders like depression and anxiety. I wanted to talk about and discuss a study that was done on prison inmates. They were young offenders, and it was basically a simple study that supplied the offenders with a multi-nutrient capsule. It was actually called Forcival, the multi-nutrient capsule. It was effectively a multivitamin and mineral, and it contained very modest amounts of nutrients, and they weren't particularly in absorbable form. It was just a kind of a generic multivitamin, and the study was very interesting because it supplied the subjects with not only a multivitamin tablet, but it also supplied them with a capsule containing essential fatty acids. So this was, if you look at I'll put the link to the paper in the comments box below this video, and you can have a look at there is a list of all of the nutrients that are in this multivitamin capsule that was given to the inmates. And there is also you can also see the amounts of the fatty acids that were present in the fatty acid capsule. It contained linoleic acid, gamma-linolenic acid. There was also icosapentaenoic acid, and I think docosahexaenoic acid also in this capsule. So they received essential fatty acids, and they received basically a multivitamin and mineral capsule, which with modest amounts. It wasn't high potency by any stretch of the imagination. Modest amounts of vitamins and minerals. For example, if you get a high potency multivitamin and mineral, you might get 100 milligrams of the B vitamins. This contained one or 2 milligrams of B vitamins, 60 milligrams of vitamin C, very small amounts of the minerals. And they were given this multivitamin tablet and the essential fatty acid capsule for varying lengths of time. And this was inherent in the study design. They were given these from anywhere from a couple of weeks up to nine months. And what the researchers were interested in was changes in antisocial behaviour and mood. And they wanted to see if this multivitamin and this essential fatty acid capsule had any effect on the inmates' antisocial behaviour. And also some of their mood parameters, and so obviously they monitored them, and there was questionnaires for them to fill in about how they felt, and they were given the capsule. It was made clear that they had to take it, and there was 100% compliance. That there was no problem with the people taking the capsules. The inmates took the capsules. They took them for this various length of time, and what the researchers found after they'd taken this multivitamin and essential fatty acid capsule is there was a significant reduction in the antisocial behaviour and significant improvement in the mood of those inmates that were given the multivitamin and the essential fatty acids. And what they found in particular was that aggression levels decreased, particularly in terms of anger, and this was inherent in the questionnaire. And again, if you read the study, you can see all of the different categories of the different moods that the inmates may have expressed, and they felt that there was a significant reduction in their anger, and this was described by the researchers as remarkable, because it was a large reduction for such a modest treatment. And what the other finding was that what they found is that the mood state that they measured was anxiety, and they found that there was a decrease in the anxiety of these inmates. And this was from just taking a multivitamin and mineral tablet and an essential fatty acid capsule for anywhere from 2 weeks to about 9 months. Now, this study had such good benefits that in response, all of the inmates, those taking the placebo as well, were then allowed to take the multivitamin and the essential fatty acids for a period of up to 3 months after the study, so that everybody benefited. So this was seen as such a remarkable set of results that everybody was actually given the treatment after the study ended, because otherwise it would be unethical to allow some people to benefit and some people not to benefit. Now, this fits in with the videos that I've done previously about, I've looked at multivitamins previously and their effect on mood. I've looked at the effects of certain minerals in terms of monotherapy. So I've looked at chromium, selenium, zinc, iron. All of these minerals have an effect on mood, magnesium as well. And we already know that essential fatty acids are important for brain function. They have an anti-inflammatory effect. and that might therefore affect mood, because inflammation is one of the side effects of the stress that causes mood disorders. And this is a very interesting study, and it goes with all the other evidence, and I'm trying to put together this evidence in a series of videos to show that even modest changes to the diet can have quite a profound effect on people's levels of anger, people's levels of anxiety, people's levels of depression. And I don't think many people who are not really, who haven't been studying nutrition for a long time are aware how powerful nutrition is in terms of protecting their mental health. Now, the people, the subscribers that have been watching my videos for some time, I'm sure are well aware of this. But if you're new to this channel, you're new to this type of information, a high quality healthy diet is very protective of mental health. Now, taking your nutrients through a multivitamin and mineral tablet is perhaps not the best way to get those vitamins and minerals. The best way is through your diet. But I do understand that some people don't have access to a good diet, and a good example would be those people who are young offenders and they're in an institute and they're given food that's perhaps not of highest quality. School dinners, for example, are not particularly of the highest. Maybe you're in boarding school. The school dinners are really not designed to have a high nutritional content. What they're designed to do is provide enough calories and be palatable enough to be able to be called a meal, so that they can be given to the to the pupils. So this is the problem that we have, is that food has been adulterated, our quality of food is going down, and it's become acceptable for this type of low quality food to be provided to particular people in the population, and many people choose to eat this food. It's very low quality. It provides very low, the Western diet provides low levels of nutrition. It's very low in minerals, it's very low in vitamins, and what happens over time is that there is a slow decline in the physical nature of those people eating that diet, and there is also a slow decline in the mental capacity of those people, and it's very insidious and very slow, and therefore people don't notice it. So when you take these people that have been consuming the Western diet for a number of years, and they have these mood disorders, they have physical ailments, and you provide them with a multivitamin, the multivitamin is not acting in some kind of magical way. All it's doing is providing, in a very rapid and convenient manner, the nutrients that are missing from the person's diet. And when that happens, that diet then becomes of much higher quality. When those essential fatty acids are added in a capsule, that diet becomes of much higher quality. And this needs emphasizing. It's not the multivitamin that is particularly beneficial, it's the high quality diet that it reflects. Getting those however you get those nutrients, the best way is through diet, but a multivitamin is also a very good way of getting nutrients into the diet, and it's also a very convenient way of giving people with poor diet a chance of getting those nutrients. So when I look at these these studies on multivitamins, I'm not condoning the use of multivitamins in order to be able to hide the fact that you have a poor diet. I always emphasize that really you should be eating a high quality diet. If you want to take a multivitamin on top of a high quality diet as extra insurance, that's fine, but really taking a low quality consuming a low quality diet and taking a multivitamin in order to be able to hide that is not the best way of doing it. That's not to say it doesn't have a positive effect, because these studies clearly show that it does. But if you take the high quality diet and the multivitamin, you probably get a much larger and beneficial effect. And these, mental health is very delicate, and it's very difficult to understand what is causing the problem. The cause of mental decline is really stress, and what diet does in terms of preventing the repercussions of stress is it does two things. Firstly, a healthy diet will allow someone to be more resistant to stress. It provides more resources to be able to be called upon. If you have a high quality diet, if you've got enough sleep, if you're rested, you've got nutritious food, stress doesn't affect you so much as if you had lack of sleep and poor quality diet. That's should be taken as a given. The other thing that a high quality diet does, it provides particular nutrients that are beneficial to reducing inflammation. Now, inflammation is one of the problems that happens as a side effect of stress, and inflammation in the brain is very likely one of the causes of the mood disorders, of the mental deterioration that you get with a poor quality diet. If you eat a poor quality diet, not only is that diet an inflammatory diet itself, but when you are exposed to stress, that causes additional inflammation, and you don't have the resources in order to be able to decrease that inflammation to a level where you are protected from the consequences. And those consequences are damage to your neurons, the death of neurons, damage to pathways within the brain, the disruption of neurotransmitters, and this is what causes mood disorders and general mental deterioration. So diet is very protective, and I've been trying to emphasize in these videos that even something as simple as taking a multivitamin with reasonably modest amounts of nutrients can actually have a very protective effect of that mental deterioration. Obviously, avoiding stress and avoiding the repercussions of stress is very important. I can't emphasize enough how much getting enough sleep will benefit your health, for example. But really, you know, those people that have come to this channel and they have maybe suffering from mood disorders, and they have, you know, they feel like there's something not quite right, having a look at your diet is going to be something that I think is going to be hugely beneficial. And you know, just reading this study to see the benefits that were obtained from a very, you know, a simple multivitamin added to, and the inmates made no other changes to their diet. They were simply given a multivitamin. They were given a capsule of essential fatty acids, and what happened was this remarkable improvement in their antisocial behaviour. They felt there was a certain, all of the inmates described a reduction in their levels of anger, which obviously decreased their external aggression, decreased their antisocial tendencies. And at the same time, they all felt that there was a decrease in their anxiety levels, which boosted their mood. It made them feel better, and if you feel better, you tend to treat other people better. And this is, you know, one of the things that really needs to be emphasised about this study. And this was a group of people living together, and when you start to affect, you know, groups of people like that, you can actually, you know, you can begin to change society. And this is, I think, you know, looking at the bigger picture, why we see so much levels of, you know, anger around. People do irrational things, and you know, this is really, I think all this comes back to the low quality Western diet that many people are eating in developed countries. It's affecting not only their health in terms of their physical health. We know that it causes cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity. It's linked to cancer. But it's also, you know, if it's affecting the bits that you can see, it's very likely affecting the bits that you can't see, which is your mental faculties. And I think this is the slow decline that, you know, in both behaviour and in mood that we are witnessing in developed countries. There is certainly an epidemic of mental deterioration is occurring in those populations. So please have a read of the paper that's in the comments box below this video. It's very interesting. As always, eat well, stay healthy and protect yourself, and I'll see you soon for another video. Take care.